Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Maddie. I post new Sims content every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And today we are getting into the Secret Society. Yeah. So basically, we're going to be learning about how to get inducted into the Secret Society of the Sims. So hold on to your hats, ladies and gents, because we're about to get rolling. But before we do, if you don't mind, give me a like and please subscribing, as once again, I do post 3 times a week. So if you don't find a robbery to come hang out with me, please do. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, please leave it down in the comment section below. I will happily engage. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into it.
No.
So first things first, you want to sign your sim up for college or university. However, this is a game I don't want to cheat on, so I'm not cheating her funds or anything like that. I want her to work her way up, basically. So we're going to apply for scholarships first to make sure we can get the maximum, assistance possible, so we don't have to spend out of pocket, because that is a good little chunk of change. Time out to go to school, and then you have to do at least, I think, like 3 semesters, because you can only take 4 courses at a time, and you have to have 12 credits in order to graduate. So yeah, it's at least 3 semesters, and sometimes your sim might not be doing as well as you think they are, even though they're doing all the work. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and apply for Education for All and the Willow Creek scholarship, since we live there currently. But we don't end up getting it because I did end up moving her into a more suitable housing for a young adult who's going to school and doesn't have much funds to work off of. So we are going to move out of this house and move into an apartment after she gets back from the doctor. So after doing some thorough apartment hunting, we have decided on this one. Was it the best choice? I'm not sure, but this is the one we decided to live in, so we're going to go forth and prosper. So I'm having to buy another computer because obviously I didn't think to put the old one in my inventory and yada. Anyway, we're going to get a new computer, check the status of our application for our scholarships, and then we are going to apply for school. And as you can see, we are awarded the Education for All scholarship, which gave us $500 towards the next semester, or towards, all of our semesters. Anyway, there are other scholarships that do come into play. I didn't realize there were other scholarships in those too when you enroll into school, so I would check back on some scholarships, because I did end up getting 2 more scholarships throughout the school year. So don't just think those are the only 2 that are available just because they show up prior to you starting school. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and apply and see what school we get into and all of that good jazz. And prior to me getting any acceptance letters, I did go ahead and check back on some scholarships and the resident scholarship. So it basically gives you a scholarship for whatever world you live in. So I live in San Myshuno now, so I now am able or eligible for this scholarship instead of the Willow Creek scholarship. But I have, I was rejected for this scholarship the first time, and then I resubmitted a second time for it after, like, I think 1 semester had passed, and they finally gave it to me. So I guess they said just because you live there doesn't automatically make you eligible, doesn't automatically make you get this money here. I don't know what they expected you to do for the money, but they didn't specify. They just said you had to be a resident. So I thought that automatically made me a shoo-in, but I was wrong. Okay, do with that what you will. And the welcome wagon decided to come when I wanted to take a nap. The mail had just gotten delivered, so I was like, okay, might have some acceptance letters in here, might have some scholarship letters in here, so let us see what lies in these letters. So first was the scholarship letter, which was for the Education for All. They obviously send you a letter in the mail or whatnot when you get it, so you can check online or wait for it to come in the mail, so you don't have to have a computer. But computer's always the easiest way, and she's doing her little happy dance because she got awarded the scholarship, a sizable scholarship. I didn't know $500 was sizable, but it's sizable. So now here comes our acceptance letter, and we were accepted into both universities as always, but we weren't accepted into any distinguished degrees. I mean, my sim wasn't made around high school time, so I don't see how I could be an average graduate anyway. But it's cool. We're fine. At least we made it into college, but it's okay. But yeah, that's where we're at with it now. So we are going to get on the computer and actually pick a university to attend. And of course, before I did that, I went ahead and checked on the Myshuno resident scholarship, which of course I was not awarded this time around, which is fine. Like I said, we get it second time around. Second time's a charm, baby. But we go ahead and enroll ourselves in university, and I chose to go with Brightchester just because I don't know. I just thought it was fine. I didn't really care which university I went into, but psychology seemed cool. So, and it seemed cool for me in real life. So, it just seemed like a fit. But anyway, I went ahead and did 4 core classes this whole time because no real reason to have electives if they're not mandated, which there's no mandate on what classes to take. You could really probably take all 4 elective classes and it count. I don't know. I didn't try it. But anyway, I decided I decided to go ahead and stay at my apartment because we did just move into this apartment and it is cheaper, I believe, to stay at this apartment than it is to stay on campus, even though it's 300 and, the lowest is 326 simoleons. However, the semesters are 5 days long. So the fact is you're going to be paying $326 every 5 days versus paying, monthly at your apartment. And yeah, that just doesn't make sense to me. Plus, you're going to be having to share that space with other people when you can have your own apartment. That's literally how I thought in real life. I didn't stay on campus. I stayed in an apartment, and that's just what it was. So I just felt like that was just smarter. Anyway. And so before we get into doing things for the secret society, I wanted to make sure she's up on all her classes and everything. So I made sure she went ahead and did her homework, studied a little bit, started on her project and papers, just so that we aren't behind. Because baby, we spent this 460 out of pocket. We're gonna get this degree, okay? We're gonna have to make it work. So, grades come first, and then we can do secret society later. And while I'm busy trying to practice my presentation, my neighbors start creating the loudest ruckus ever. I don't know if they're fighting, I don't know if they're partying, I don't know what's happening over there, but fact is, it is very disruptive, okay? And let me tell you something. They almost never stop. This is like almost every day they are loud and obnoxious. And I've said something multiple times. I've knocked politely and was like, hey, can you chill out? And they were like, yeah, we'll keep the noise down. Well, there goes another time. The noise has been up. And I knock on the door politely. And I'm like, hey, can y'all calm it down? We live here too. And da 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 da. It's not our fault. Your life is boring and yada yada yada. And I'm just like, bro, okay. Okay. That's cool. But listen, the next time I come over here, it's not going to be nice. So I'm asking you, strike 1, strike 2, baby, strike 3, and you're out. Okay, because I'll move you up out of there and you wouldn't even know who did it. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, y'all get what I'm saying? Okay, I'm about to hit manage worlds real fast. So stop playing with me, girl. Stop playing. All right, guys, now on to actually becoming part of the secret society. I know y'all waited long enough. In order to be inducted into the secret society, you have to make an offering of substantial value to your university's main statue in their courtyard, right? So for Brightchester, it's that big book that sits in front of the main building. So you have 4 options to offer them. You can offer them rare crystals, rare metals, rare gardening plants, or excellent quality baked goods. So me personally, I'm not going out finding no rare crystals, rare metals, rare plant gardening. I'm not doing none of that. I'm going to just make some really good desserts. That's honestly what I was going to do. So then I made those brownies, but I was like, they're pre-mixed. They're probably not going to like a pre-mixed brownie. Okay. That was, so I was like, okay, let's try to make something from scratch and, something that they're actually really going to like. So I decided to go with the lava bundt cake and I needed some strawberries. So I had a grocery order and bought some strawberries. Luckily, they had 1 batch of strawberries left that I was able to snatch up to make this lava bundt cake in order to give it as an offering to these secret society members. So the delivery guy comes by a little bit later and brings me my strawberries and we get to baking that lava bundt cake. And it really wouldn't be a true homemade lava bundt cake if we don't drop the measuring cup in the cake batter, right? Right? Miss maxed out level of baking, huh? But it comes out looking spectacular and now it's time to put it in our inventory and get to offering it up to the secret society. So like I said, depending on which school you go to, it really doesn't matter which statue or thing you go and make your offering to. For Brightchester, it's at Drake Hall, that big book that's in front of Drake Hall. And then for Foxbury, it's literally that little statue thing literally sitting in the middle of campus. And when you arrive, you're literally just going to go to that statue and click on it. And you are just going to click make offering for academic success. And then you get to pick out of your inventory what you want to offer. And obviously I'm going to offer my excellent lava bundt cake. And once you sit it down, it'll be like absorbed into the earth or something. I don't know. But it disappears. So they take it and I guess they go deliberate. Now, if you aren't accepted into the secret society, you won't get anything. You won't get any notification or anything like that. You'll just know that you didn't get in based on them not coming to see you. Now, if you do get accepted, they'll pop up at your doorstep at some point in time to induct you into the society. So we'll see how it goes for our lava bundt cake. But as of right now, our sim has a cool little moodlet of surreal focus, and things just feel a little bit more glittery now that she's offered her bundt cake. And as we await the final decision from the secret society, I figure why not paint in the park with some strangers. And afterwards, a friend decided to invite me over to hang out, which is cool, but I was a little hungry, so I was just like, okay, I guess I'll just cook me a little something to eat. He doesn't have a microwave, so I guess I'll cook me a little something to eat, because obviously I'm dying here, you see? And so I was like, yeah, we can just cook together. That can raise our friendship up, and we, that's cool. And he gave me a suggestive look, so I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, we're in there, he's feeling your girl, and I'm gonna make me something to eat because I'm hungry. Okay. And I did not even realize she whipped a freaking brownie out of her pocket, so I made her put the brownie away so she can actually cook her a meal because she can't live on sweets and desserts. And she ended up getting a moodlet from eating a whole bunch of brownies and not actually eating any food. So then I go and go to the kitchen to make some food or whatnot. Tell me why. He gonna tell me it's inappropriate for us to cook. Like it's inappropriate for me to cook in his kitchen. Like I've never had this interaction happen before. I promise you, I've never seen this interaction before. When I tell you he gets to cooking with me too, and then he says this is inappropriate. Please stop. Like what? I am so confused. Like sir, you want me to starve in your house? And look, I end up dropping the salt shaker in the pot because I'm so embarrassed that he said stop, it's inappropriate. I did not have any clue that it was inappropriate to cook in somebody's house when you're hungry. Okay, people do it in my place all the time. I didn't know that, like, I didn't know I couldn't go to somebody else's place and cook when I'm hungry. That's so crazy to me. And here goes the moodlet of my sim being uncomfortable from having unbalanced meals from eating too many quick meals or desserts, i.e., too many brownies. Why? Because this man invited me over and I can't cook in his place and he didn't offer me no food. Well, anyways, I decided to take it on home because that was just preposterous work. That was just egregious. Anyway, so I take it on home and I lay in the bed and I let time pass on. And as I let the time pass on, I see some cloaked members show up at the elevator. And I'm like, oh, it's the secret society. They mess with your girl's lava bundt cake. Okay. That's how y'all know it was good. It was real good because it got me inducted. You see what I'm saying? So then they tell me, we visit on behalf of those who greatly appreciate your generous offering. If your heart is pure, we invite you to join us and learn our secrets. Whoop whoop! And she blows some glitter and I'm like, yeah! And of course, when she joins, she gets her cloak and the sprites start swarming her because she's newly inducted into the society. Now, once you're inducted into the Order of Enchantment, you have some tasks to do and of course some upcoming events that you need to attend. So your tasks involve you basically offering things to the sprite that they want and then tending to their garden. So we are going to head to do that so that way when the upcoming celebration comes, we'll be fully prepared and ready. So the first offering they want is some food. So I'm just going to go ahead and make them some baked goods because I am good at baking, not necessarily good at cooking. So baking is the way to go for me. And so once we've got it baked up, we're going to go ahead, put it in our inventory and head on out to the ritual grounds. So we can place our offering on the altar for the sprites to take and enjoy and to give us some sort of positive moodlets. And we also do need one harvestable in order to be able to offer those to the sprite. And so I went back to my old house, that one-story house that I moved into originally when starting the game, and because I knew that there was mushrooms growing out of the ground around this place. So went ahead and gathered up some mushrooms as my harvestables to be able to offer them as well. And now we're going to head back to Brightchester and we're going to head to the pub that's in the middle of the world. So we don't want to head back to Drake Hall. We want to go to the Peppers pub. And when we get to the pub, we're just going to pull our screen straight up and you'll literally see some ruins that you won't be able to access. And literally to the left of the ruins, you'll see a circle with like a stump in the middle. And the stump is that altar you want to place your offerings at. And so I just go ahead and teleport her there and I make the 2 offerings to the sprites. Now the tricky part comes in when you have to tend to the garden of the sprites. I had to do a little trick to get it to work because otherwise there's nothing around here for you to tend to the garden. So I'll show you guys how I did that as well. But something I found really cool as far as the animation is concerned, you can check in with the sprites and kind of have some sort of glitter go around you, and then they'll pop up and you'll get a moodlet saying, "Oh, loved by the sprites," and it's a boost in romantic powers. And yeah, it's really nice. And the sprites do follow you around and continue to boost your mood, if you have been, if you've done right by them. I haven't seen them when you've done wrong by them, so I don't really know what that entails. But I will do further updates with me being in the secret society a little later on. But for right now, we're going to get moving. So like I said, there's not a real garden for you to tend around here. So what you want to do is you want to shift click on this one plant that seems to grow around here, and you want to set it as your head. And yes, the plant will then be on your head. And then once that happens, you want to shift click on the plant that's on your head, and then you're going to just click reset object or debug it. And then you want to go ahead and water it, and that'll count as you tending to the sprite's garden. However, I did it a little too far back, so it didn't really count because it's not in that little inner circle or whatnot. So just basically do what I just did, just closer in the circle. So it should end up like this, and it will check off that task. Now, say the plant isn't dehydrated or doesn't need any watering or anything like that. You can shift click on the plant and then adjust the state it's in, so you can make it dry to where you can water it and it'll check off tend to the sprites. So there you guys go for that. So that's all I've got for you guys today as far as getting inducted into the Order of Enchantment or the Secret Society. My sim is feeling on the poor side of things. She's sick, so I had to buy a whole bunch of medicine and try to make her feel better and all this extra crap. So I will be back tomorrow with our first Order of Enchantment meeting, and we'll see what this actually is all about. So see you guys then. If you guys wouldn't mind leaving me a like, commenting, and subscribing, as once again I do post 3 times a week. And if you guys have any suggestions, comments, concerns, leave it down in the comment section below. I do not mind. Walk by faith and not fear, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great evening.